until they found an ID card explaining his brain injury.
Some of y'all need that card. Some of y'all in the chat right now need the card, bruh. Welcome back to the Stanley channel. Today we'll be reacting to the one, the only, the homie, Zack D Films craziest shorts, reels, TikToks, you name them, he got them. Let's go through these one by one and decipher the truth behind Mr. Films himself. Let's go.
If you eat an unpopped kernel, the sudden force could split your tooth right down the middle.
Not my tooth. What? Do you see the M's? Do you see these sayings on me? Not my tooth, I ain't gonna lie.
A dentist would have to drill the jagged edges to smooth it out before applying a bonding glue to the damaged areas. Okay. Next, a tooth-colored filling is layered onto the crack to seal it. And
wait, so the tooth don't even fix itself?
Special light hardens the material to create a stable surface. Finally, the dentist drills down the material to match the tooth, finishing the repair. But in severe cases, the only solution may be to extract it entirely.
That's not worth 25 cents, bro. That's not worth 25 cents, bro. That's gross. That's gross. That's gross. I'm gonna like it, but that's gross.
He asked ChatGPT what he could use instead of table salt, and it told him to swap it for sodium bromide.
This nigga lied. He lied. There's literally nothing here. There's literally nothing there, bro. There's literally no salt on, there's no sodium on none of these, bro. He lied.
You see, the chatbot scanned through dozens of articles for salt alternatives, and it saw that sodium bromide is chemically similar to table salt. But this substance is actually toxic to humans in high doses. And for 3 months, he sprinkled it on every meal. Soon, his skin broke out, and he had no energy. Then he became—
Nah, I bet he was salty as fuck. Nah, if I was him, bro, I'd be dead hot. Like, that'd leave a bad taste in my mouth. One, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. We ain't clapping. Calm down. Sit back down. Bench. Literal tomatoes. Okay. My fault. My fault.
Paranoid and was convinced that his neighbors were poisoning him until he finally got medical treatment. He asked ChatGPT—
Dang, that's actually insane, bro. Hey, bro, that's why I said, and that's what ChatGPT be saying too. Take this as a lesson, bro. AI is a tool, but still fact check yourself. Don't just believe it because it said it is prone to being wrong as well. You get what I'm saying? Fact check it. Don't just go and do whatever it's saying, bro. That's how you gonna mess up your life. No cap.
They dumped the pot of honey all over the servant, and this attracted all the nearby flies to—
I ain't gonna lie, this is how some shorties be smelling when they be going out. I ain't gonna lie though. Yo, what do y'all be putting on? Y'all be having that one jump. I know cherry blossom. Y'all be going crazy with the cherry blossom. Then y'all got something else, bro. There's something else. I can't think of it. There's this one jump that every shorty be having on, bro. I know cherry blossom and it's something house. Oh my gosh, bro. Y'all be smelling like a smooth disc though, I ain't gonna lie.
Her. You see, the pharaoh hated the insects, so he came up with this plan where the flies would all go towards the honey-soaked servants instead of him. Now, it worked, but over time, people began to admire flies for their persistence. And centuries later, they became a symbol of courage, with the bravest soldiers getting awarded with golden flies.
I'm not gonna lie, why do they even have to put that on the person though? Can't they put that on like a stick? I'm imagining that maybe it's the body heat of it, like of the servant. That's why it has to be on a person. But I feel like there's easy workarounds. Like, for example, let's say you take a fire, you know, put some embers in it. You cover that fire with like a pot that has some holes in it, just like a little bit, you know, so it can aerate. And then you pour honey on top of the pot. I feel like it's gonna be hot, but like it's warm, like body heat. I feel like they could have done that. There was really no, that's not even a hard solution.
He pulled on the ninja mask, then climbed onto the rooftop and slid.
At his old age, he's moving like that? Who is this, Kakashi?
He pulled on the ninja mask, then climbed onto the rooftop and...
If anybody ever breaks into my house like that, you have it. You have it. You got it. Here. Take my keys. Take it. You can have it. I want nothing to do with whatever you have going on.
Slipped inside the house. And as his victims slept, he stole their cash. For 8 years, he pulled off over 250.
Of course he did. Of course he did. Absolutely. Look at him. Look at him. He's doing a McTwist in the air. Yes, it's all yours.
Heists, all while avoiding the police. But one night, he pulled off his mask, and his face was caught on camera. Police followed him and discovered he was a 74-year-old man. And when they arrested him, he told them he just simply didn't want to work.
I'm not gonna lie, bro, set him free just on the precipice of him being nice at it. Like, sometimes, bro, if you good enough at the crime, you should be able to be free. No, let me stop. Maybe, okay, we don't set him free. That would be ludicrous. We don't set him free. However, I do think we can come to a common ground of releasing him in the territories of our enemies. Now, let me tell you why. Imagine you're beefing with another country and their military leader's house keeps getting robbed. They're not going to be able to be on the job thinking how they should be because they're going to be worried about home, and that gives you a strategic advantage. So instead of putting him in prison, send him overseas and have him do the same thing. Food for thought.
She gets shut inside the cabinet,
okay,
and the magician slides giant blades through the compartment.
Okay.
Then he slides the middle section sideways and puts his hands through the middle to prove that it's empty. Now, you might expect her chest to be ripped sideways from her body.
Yo, come on, bro.
During this trick. But when the middle section moves, the cabinet has a small hidden compartment. This allows her to twist her torso to fit inside.
Is that how it works?
Which is how this trick is done. She gets shut inside the cabinet.
Oh, I can't believe that's how that trick works. I didn't know that for years, I'm not gonna lie.
They found a skeleton wedged in a narrow gap between the walls of their new
There's a bar here, I just don't know what it is. There's a bar here.
House. And she was identified as the previous owner of the home.
I gotta have half off. I'm not gonna lie, for each bone that hasn't deteriorated, I want 2% off. For each bone that hasn't deteriorated, 5% off any bone that's bigger than the femur.
You see,
Attack on Titan. Yo. Yeah, they're at Walmaria. Yo, that was so funny, bro. Yo, Joe, that was
years
hilarious.
before, she vanished without a trace. She was listed as missing for 3 years, despite never leaving her house. They think she fell through a broken attic floorboard and got trapped inside, and no one heard her cries for help.
So she just went missing, and then nobody found her, and then they just sold her house? There has to be some other legalities in place. There's just no way.
A gap between the walls of their new house. And she was identified.
She has to stink, though.
He was
Rest in peace.
sleeping in a dumpster when it suddenly tilted,
That's your fault.
dumping him straight into the garbage truck. And before he realized what happened, the compactor began
There's no way, please.
pressing.
No, please. I don't know if I can watch this one. Oh, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way.
Word, squeezing him tighter and tighter. He screamed as loud as he could in the tight space, until a person nearby heard him. They called for help and police quickly alerted the truck driver, and the compactor stopped just inches away from crushing him. He was
Holy! I'm not gonna lie, I'm in that joint hitting a leg press. No cap. I'm in there. Hey! There's just no way. That's crazy. What? Ain't no way I'm getting compacted, bro.
sleeping in a dump.
Oh my gosh, bro. I would have been cooked.
As his hand.
Oh my gosh, this is very Halloween fitting. Now Stan. What do you mean now Stan, bro? What are you saying, bro? What are you saying, bro? I'm not saying I'm surviving, but I'm at least slowing the trash compactor down. I'm not saying that I'm gonna stop the trash from compacting. How many force is inside of a trash compactor compacting? What is the force on trash compact? Let's look. How much force can a trash compactor on a truck produce in pounds? Look, whatever number it says, guarantee I got it. Whatever number it says, guarantee I got it. Talk to me. Short answer, 10. Excuse me, nigga? Tens of thousands of pounds to over 100,000 pounds? What are you compacting? Oh my God. What are they compacting? Oh my gosh. What do you need 100,000 pounds of force to compress? There's a t-shirt, 3 bottles of water and cans in there. You do not need 100,000 pounds of force. Who are you training, Goku? Like, what are they trying to crush? Are you serious? I still feel like I could slow it down, bro. Just because it could do 100,000 don't mean that it's gonna use all 100,000 on me. You get what I'm saying? I could probably still slow it down, bro. I don't know, bro. I'm not willing to give it up, bro. I'm not willing to give it up. Nah, you gotta keep the same energy, bro. I don't know, bro. That's mad weird. I'm not gonna lie, bro. You know ChatGPT be wrong sometimes, bro. I don't even know if that's true.
Hand grips the knife. Tiny cables inside are pulled tight, and these are controlled by a set of 3D printed gloves, which transmit the puppeteer's movements to the doll.
Are they showing me a real life jigsaw right now? What is he telling me?
Tiny motors in his head move his eyes, eyebrows, and mouth, and these are controlled
Bro, this is mad weird.
by a joystick, making his face change from friendly to terrifying in just a second. Rods in his body allow his
Dang, how many things are controlling him, bro? He might just actually be alive. There's no way they got 40 people on the Chucky doll.
head, shoulders, and arms to be moved around. And once they're green screened out, the killer doll comes to life. As his hand
Oh, that's how they made the movie. Oh, I was thinking this was like a theme park attraction. Oh, this is how they actually made the movie. Okay, that makes sense.
they put her body in an iron
Hold on, hold on. Hold on. Took me a second, but she kind of cool.
coffin with a porthole over her face. People would look
I
inside,
see why. You feel me? That's a tight face that you feel.
admiring her beauty,
I knew
even in
it.
death.
See, y'all try to make me feel weird. See, to admire her beauty. Y'all, I felt what he was saying before he even said it. I felt what he was saying before he even said it. I'm not saying but I like, that's an attractive woman right there. You know what I'm saying? Or used to be an attractive woman. Like, I don't know what the is it pretense, past tense, cause she's not here. You know what I'm saying? But whatever she used to be, it was hot.
For over 100 years, her face was preserved in the sealed chamber, until a visitor's child tapped on the glass and cracked it. Mold spores suddenly rushed into the coffin, and soon her skin was covered in fungus,
Yeah, see, they could keep that. She not.
leaving a white mask where her face used to be.
That's disgusting.
He pulled the Mona Lisa off the wall
Oh my gosh, this is the people who iced the Louvre. What is it? I don't know.
and slipped out of the museum. And since he had covered it in a blanket, nobody paid attention. He smuggled it home, stashing it in the false bottom of a trunk and sliding it under his bed.
Okay.
Newspapers announced the heist, making the Mona Lisa instantly famous.
The Mona Lisa got stolen before? I didn't know the Mona Lisa had been stolen. I thought the Mona Lisa was popular because of like, she was like 1990 whatever. Not 19. She was like 1600 fine shit. Like I thought that's
For
why.
2 years, the painting stayed hidden, until finally the thief took it to Italy to try and sell it. But the collector knew it was stolen and alerted the police, and the painting was returned more valuable than ever before. He pulled
Wow, that's crazy. Somebody just had the Mona Lisa in their crib. Dang, bro. I wish I had a Mona Lisa in my crib. You know, sometimes, you know, I wish that the things that were hung up on the wall weren't so far out of reach, and that instead of a painting, I had a 3D version of you here with me. And though we may all just be sitting in the frame of a time that's frozen in space, it's just, I would be okay sitting there frozen if it was with you. And sometimes, I'm sorry, I don't mean to get like this, but I think back to how we used to be and what we used to mean to each other. Makes me want to get you back. Grammy, Oscar, and an Emmy, bro. I need it.
They pushed a tube into the squirrel's tunnel and pumped in flammable gas until the
There's 9,000 other ways for them to do this. That's messed up. Nah, them making squirrel meat, that's messed up. I promise you, there has to be 80,000 other ways that you could get a squirrel out of a hole. They just hate squirrels. There's no way this is the actual method.
burrow was full. Then they lit a spark at the tunnel entrance. The gas ignited instantly, sending a shockwave racing underneath. Dirt and smoke burst from the ground as the explosion tore through the tunnel, and the force blasted the squirrel out of its.
Why didn't they just put some nuts on the ground? Pause. Why didn't they just put some nuts around the ground? Why didn't they just make it super cold in there so the thing fell asleep and then dig it up? Why didn't they anything else? Why was their first solution to blow it up?
burrow in seconds. They pushed a tube.
Oh my gosh, that's actually the whole entire story. Yo, that might actually be psychopathic. That is actually psychopathic. That is crazy. Why would they do that? You know how expensive gas is too at that? There is no way this is what gas is. Sorry, I'm dumbfounded. I'll move on to the next one. This is the last
He
one.
crashed his moped without the helmet, and his right side was left paralyzed, and his speech was slurred. So when he complained at a restaurant, the owner thought he was drunk. He called the police, who threw him in a cell overnight. Later, he tried to take a taxi, but again, the driver thought he had been drinking and called the cops. He spent a second night
2 nights? Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind?
in jail before he could explain. Then he found himself close to a bar fight, and police tried to arrest him again, until they found an ID card explaining his brain injury.
Some of y'all need that card. Some of y'all in the chat right now need the card, bruh. Some of y'all in the chat right now need this car,
and
bruh.
they let him go. He
Nah,
crashed.
that's man, that joke not funny, bro. Shout out, bro. I hope you get better, man. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure that you like, comment, subscribe down below. I gotta take things more serious, bro. That joke messed up, bro. Shout out, bro. I'ma see y'all in the next one. You feel me? Yeah, that being said, goodbye. Peace.